Hello and welcome back to another update on our Mini-Mores game project. So today I'm actually recording this inside my car. Daniel's left his water bowl in my car, the silly idiot. Anyways, I'm going to be sharing what's been going on since the last video. Basically, we're just adding a smooth GUI this video, which is short for graphical user interface, and a currency system which will allow the player to buy upgrades and stuff. So hopefully these new features are going to add some more spice and a little bit of extra element to the game. So let's dive right in. Alrighty, so most games have a FPS counter, which shows how good or bad the performance is on different devices. Pretty self-explanatory really. Most people know what it is if you've ever played any sort of video game or heard of FPS before. So I thought it'd be a good idea to add one to my game. It's actually really easy in Godot. There's just a function called engine.getFramesPerSecond. It tells us exactly what we want, which is how many frames we are seeing per second. So there's no need to get out any sort of calculators or whatever. So next, let's talk about time. So the next, I guess you could call it, element in our game is going to be the time factor. So after every week, it's going to pause and you'll be able to, choose upgrades for your player, which is quite similar to Mini Motorways if you've ever played it. So after, say, 20 seconds, one day will tick over. And then on Sunday morning, I guess, you will be able to choose whatever upgrade you want. The whole week is going to be about 140 seconds, which is 2 minutes. And then the main function that we are using for this, I guess, it's just called toggle colors. So this is a function that also handles the changing of colors. Basically, the color just means from the day color to the night color. It's just the color of the actual clock that I made myself. Pretty bad naming for it. Honestly, should be called something like check when it's Sunday or something like that. Anyways, so basically the main thing it's checking is checking if it's daytime, and then also inside of that it's checking if it's Sunday. If so, we're going to set the blur to visible, so give a nice blur effect so it looks like it's paused, and also pause the game obviously. So here we have our upgrade screen, which is where all the major stuff happens. You can pick upgrades for the trolley, but also you got to remember that the upgrades aren't free. So I've added prices based on each upgrade, I guess. So you got to also check your bank balance before you spend on the upgrades. So you also have to save your cash. So you can't really blow all your money on upgrades, because the main objective is going to be how much cash you have left when you eventually fail the level, which I guess I'll figure that out later on. There's not really any failing the level so far. So next we have our add or remove currency function. So this basically takes in two parameters. The parameters are the things in the brackets at the top. So our two parameters are remove, which is set to a boolean value. That's what bool is short for. That just means it true or false. And then the value, which is an integer, which is int, what that's short for. So the value is going to be the value we're going to add or remove, as the function suggests. I actually named this better than my other one before, so congrats to me, I guess. So we're checking first if we are removing. If so, we want to check if we actually have enough money in our balance to remove it at all. If so, then we just take away the value. Else, we just do nothing. I guess error is just an empty function. And then if remove is false, if remove is false, then we're going to be adding something to the currency. And at the end of this function, we're just basically adding a coin. This coin script is going to be appearing on top of our player, so it just gives us a little visual feedback, if you will, on how much money we are getting or how much money we are removing from said inventory. So let's go into the cash. So we've got a currency system which is quite similar to reality. Well, it's not really that similar, because in a lot of senses, I don't know, reality is a lot more complicated than this game. But basically I've made it so I did a little bit of background research, you feel me? So the fruits that have quite a high price, like blueberries, you see they're hella light, so per kilo they're 26 bucks or something. I don't know, that's subject to change. But yeah, I put them at the top of the list, so if you deposit 5 blueberries, you're gonna get heaps of money. But if you deposit 5 apples, you're gonna get a lot less, because they are a lot less per kilo, I guess. So that's really simple. I just added it in our game controller script, which is our global script. Basically, yeah, we just use that simple array right there that you can see. So finally, this also culminates in our inventory. So if you finish the entire checkout, that's going to be the last value in the array that you just saw. So finishing a checkout will give you an extra bonus on top of the items that you added. So it's, I guess, an extra incentive to finish the checkout, not just leave things hanging, I guess, and just go for the high price fruits. So it gives a little bit more balance to the game, I guess you could say. That's basically it. We just wanted to add a currency system in this devlog. Just going to keep it short and sharp. So first off, let's do a quick summary. We added FPS counter, we added a currency system, we added some other stuff that I can't remember. Who cares? That's basically it. It took me a long time for some reason, but it was mainly because I was trying to make the upgrades, make all the icons myself. I was taking a lot of references from like mini malls, mini motorways, getting them mixed up now. Just because I wanted them to look quite similar, but I'm not actually adding the same things. So like instead of motorways and shit, I'm just gonna add like extra rotation speed and, you know, you feel me? Yeah, that's it. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I tried to be a bit more laid back this time because before I was being a bit of a robot. But yeah, the other times, I guess, yeah, just looking into the code really. But yeah, this one's a lot more dynamic. Also, I've used art from my good friend over here. So if I've put a link in the description, if you want to check her out, go buy her art. She's like really good, really talented. So props to her. Thank you so much. And that's all for today. If you guys want to share your ideas, the comments are always open. I will reply. If you want to subscribe, I'm not holding anyone hostage. Please do if you want to see more of these, because I really want to grow the channel. But that is all for today, so get out of here. See ya.